Welcome to Finely Fettled, the podcast where cannabis meets conversation and maybe a little chaos.
We're your hosts,
Jackie
and Tori, here to keep it real about our cannabis journeys, share some laughs, and potentially even drop a little knowledge along the way.
We're all about making cannabis fun, approachable, and a bit less intimidating, whether you're a seasoned smoker or just canna curious.
So sit back, spark up, and let's explore the highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Responsibly, of course. Let's get this sesh started.
Do not use cannabis if you are under the age of 21. Keep cannabis out of the reach of children. Please consume responsibly.
Guys, do we have a treat for you today?
It is true.
We are here with the one and only Dakotah, Acai Cody. Should I out that or no?
No, that was really good.
Yeah.
That like settles all the confusion that people usually have when they meet me.
Yeah.
It's always like, should I call you Cody or do I call you Dakotah? Or,
yeah.
And then it's like, I really don't have any preference. It's whatever rolls off the tongue better.
I was so thrown off when somebody called you Cody in front of me for the first time.
I had no idea who they were talking about. People were talking about Cody the whole night. And I was like,
literally,
who's this Cody person? I want to meet him.
Oh. Yeah, it's me.
And then I found out it was Dakotah. And I was like, Dakotah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, so Dakotah has two personas.
Yeah, I guess so. Not really, though. It really is just like... I've never had any sort of preference over it. It's like my mom called me Cody growing up, so it kind of just fell into place that way.
Yeah.
But I do really like my full name.
Yeah.
Like, Dakotah's a cool-ass name.
No, that is a wicked cool name.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
2 questions we ask every guest. The first one.
Are these the secret ones you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your favorite item from Trader Joe's?
My favorite item from Trader Joe's?
The people want to know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know what? I think it's the chocolate chip, like, cookie sticks that you can dip in coffee.
Oh,
and they get all, like, soft.
Biscotti.
Where do you get those? Like, what aisle is that?
All right, you know how they, like, stack things?
Yes.
Where you probably wouldn't look, and then you look up and you're like, oh, my God, that looks so good.
Like above the frozen foods? Yes.
Literally above the frozen foods, there is a literal bucket of these little, like, chocolate chip cookie dippers.
Okay.
And you can eat them straight. But boy, do I gotta tell you something. Dip those things in some coffee. I put away probably full guilt involved, probably like 10 to 15 of those in a sitting.
My God. Oh my God.
Stop. How
like
big are they?
And if there's cannabis involved, we could push that blonde real far. They're like that big, like, not that the viewers can see it, but like they're a good cookie. Like, if you were to break down a normal size chocolate chip cookie and form it into a stick,
10 to 15 at a time is insane.
I'm a growing boy.
God.
No, I like that question. I love Trader Joe's.
We love Trader Joe's.
Do you know what Tori and I just discovered? Trader Joe's, TJ's.
Yeah.
Tori, Jackie, TJ's.
Oh, dude.
Also,
match made in heaven.
TJ Maxx.
That's pretty baller.
Like, literally everything
little discount
good.
Fit?
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Literally everything good is TJ, so.
Well, good. I'm really glad you guys got that going for you.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys found your place in life.
Guys, I love Trader Joe's, don't hate. Also, we want to know, what's your favorite strain?
My favorite strain?
Yeah.
What do you
like of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or just at the moment?
Like, yeah, whatever. At the moment, what have you been smoking on lately?
Well, honestly, like, from all hours, and not to, like, just be that guy that comes up here and, like, just talks about the brand and all that. But no, like, I've really enjoyed our permanent marker lately, honestly. Like, it's really good. Like, I kind of was telling you guys before this, I'm not really one of those people that can, like, smoke and socialize. I get into a headspace of, like, creativity and being able to, like, function and do stuff. I can work on designs. I can work on clothing. Music is godsend. So, like, permanent marker, lately, I've been able to smoke, like, a fair amount of. And I find myself just falling into, like, a really generous flow state and, like, being able to do things around the house. I mean, we could talk about flavor profile all day and terps and all that, but like in a very casual sense, I would say permanent marker right now.
And is that a hybrid or?
It's a hybrid, like, but it depends who you ask, really. It's one of those where it's like a 60-40 split, where it's hybrid, leaning indica, so you get the calming effects, but you can also find some limonene in there, so it's quite uplifting as well. I think it has like a little trace bit of beta-caryophyllene too, because I do feel like the body relaxation when I smoke it, but yeah, permanent marker, I would say.
Very cool.
Legacy, I would say Green Ghost. Which is like
Green
a weird,
Ghost. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
that sounds nice.
It's actually a legacy Theraplant strain. Once again, I'm not trying to be that guy.
Yeah, listen.
But like, I smoke what I make. You know what I mean? And that
as
one,
you should.
It's just a really unique flavor profile, and like when I tell you, it smells like straight up like French onion soup, like fresh out the oven, like covered in cheese. I couldn't be more spot on with that. And when you smoke it, it tastes like you're literally just like breathing in hot hits from an onion patch.
Oh my god.
It's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also, before we got into the sesh, tell us what we consumed responsibly, a nice little treat from All Hours.
Yeah. So you guys consumed our brand new, as of this week, the banana acai mints. Rosin-infused pre-roll Shorties. And you guys can tell me what you thought of it.
It was wonderful. I'm fettled.
Yes.
Yeah? You're fettled?
Yeah,
You look fettled.
Yeah, I'm fettled.
Yeah, it was nice. It was very tasty. It kind of tasted like Fruit Loops, you know? A little banana, little Fruit Loops. It was good. I liked it.
Nice.
I like all the fruity strains, though. Anything fruity, I'm sold.
You're like a candy terp girl?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Hell yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, that's what you guys had.
It was just like
you
a
know,
little...
I support it.
Yeah, it was straight gas.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, but it was
Most
just...
of All Hours is.
Yeah.
I want to know
Like
your
where-
personal
like just-
journey with cannabis, how you started out with it.
Okay.
What made you
more
want to
or
get
less.
into the industry?
Yeah, and then how that transferred over to you
Like,
getting into the industry.
Okay.
Or if you got into the industry first and then started, like, you know,
No.
tell us the journey.
Yeah. Well, I'll start out with like kind of a funny story. So I actually got arrested.
Okay.
For having like a dime of cannabis on me.
Cody's a bad boy.
Not really, no.
Oh.
No. No. But no, it was like a whole situation where it was like someone snitched that I had some weed on me, that like I was going to go hang out with friends after and, you know, do the thing.
Yeah.
So that happened. Of course, like mom was pissed off and stuff. And then now, like full circle, my mom is like very supportive of what I do.
I met
and,
your
like,
mom. I love your mom.
Yeah, she's super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's funny that that's where it began. And then, of course, like growing up, like admittedly, I just always had a love for cannabis. Like I was definitely like that skater, stoner kid that just like wanted to blaze up with my friends and go hit the skate park or like skate in the streets and just kind of like do silly stuff.
Yep.
And then I like always knew that like I wanted to find my way into the cannabis industry just because of like my love for the plant and like how it allowed me to create and like have fun. And it definitely brought me and my friends closer. So I really just enjoyed the plant for what it was. So I wasn't old enough, of course. So I was like 19 years old and I was like, oh man, like I can't wait to get into the industry however I can. And I ended up working for a bank for a period of time, which like is far from like my personality, but I just kind of like needed an adult job.
Yeah.
What did you do at the bank?
I was a teller.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
You were probably such a good teller.
I know.
Yeah. Well, that's funny you say that because I was, and they like right before I left to go to the cannabis industry, they were about to promote me to like being like a supervisor of a bank or like
what a
whatever
shift.
that. Yeah.
What a career shift.
But I applied to Theraplant when I was 20 years old. Like I had a little in with HR. Like my mom knew the HR manager at the time.
There you go.
So I was like, I gotta like get the job there. Like this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
100%. So this was February when I was 20 years old. So what is that? Like 2019, 2018? Something like that. And I actually interviewed, and I was the first person to interview there and not be 21. Yeah. So then I was like, guys, like, I really want this job. I'm going to turn 21 in a month.
Yeah.
Like, if I can get this job, like, I promise I'm going to do good. So I ended up getting it, like, come April.
Nice.
And yeah, that was funny. It was, like, right before 420. And, like, I don't know what was going on in my, like, little anxious brain at the time, but I was like, what if they drug test me? Like, about to get a job at a cannabis company.
No, I think that's fair, though.
Yeah.
Because,
I just didn't want to, like, do anything that would not allow me to get the job. So I, like, didn't smoke. And I was starting literally on 421.
No.
And I was like hanging out with my friends on 420, and they were like, you gotta like smoke, dude. And I was like, no, like I don't want to mess this up. Like, what if I don't get the job because of this?
Stop.
And then I was like watching them like smoke joints and like have fun, and I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna smoke. And then went in the next day, and I was like, please don't try to drug test me. Like, oh God, like, and I think I like asked someone, I was like, are they gonna drug test me? And they were like, do you know where you are right now? And I was like, yeah, I know, but like, this is like a really professional place, and like, I don't know if they're like that. Like, I know it's medicine. And they were like, dude, you're working at a cannabis place. Like, you know where you're at. And you're worried about the fact that you smoked weed yesterday. It was like, almost like let me tell you something. We all smoked weed yesterday. And I was like, oh my God, like this feels like I'm home. This is where I need to be.
It's so nice.
And then like, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit.
No, I like it.
From there, I actually started in packaging. So that wasn't doing it for me. I was like very underwhelmed with it and realized I wanted to do more. So I quickly found myself in like the harvest and post-processing role. And I loved that for like a decent period of time. And there was like some turnover, and I worked in that role for a couple years, and I ended up like making my way into harvest manager, supervisor, something, I forget. Yeah, one of those. And I like ran that team, but simultaneously while running the harvest team in my free time, I was also developing a clothing brand called Glass House. So I had like a background in like myself as a person, I can never have enough hobbies. I'm one of those people. So I like always in my free time was doing like photography, graphic design work. And I loved fashion. So I like developed my marketing and photography skills all while not even like planning to, not even like realizing what I was doing. Just because I was kind of like having fun doing this thing. And they needed a new marketing manager because like there was some turnover. And Jamie, who was the previous marketing manager, shout out to Jamie. She's really cool.
I remember Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie was awesome. Ended up being like, guys, like, you don't need to hire outside for this. Like, look at what Dakotah does in his free time. And they like grabbed me from the back one day and brought me up front, and they were like, it was kind of like weird. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
I never
Did you
come
think
up
you were
here.
in trouble?
Kind of, yeah. I was like, it was like going to the principal's office.
Yeah.
And they like sat me down, and I had my managers and like the current CEO in front of me, and I was like, oh God, like what did I do? I don't think I did anything wrong.
You're like playing back every moment in your head, like what did I do?
Is it because of this? Like, is it because I had my phone out? And they sat me down, and they were like, so Jamie is leaving, and we heard you're good at doing marketing stuff. And I was like, yeah, I guess I am.
This is so on brand for the cannabis industry.
Yeah. And they were like, odd question, but like, would you want to move into the marketing position?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like, that sounds sick. It sounds like I can do what I like to do, but for a job.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that was, I want to say, like 3 or 4 years ago now. And I've been doing it ever since, and just, of course, like improving my skills along the way and having a lot of fun with it. I still do the clothing thing. That's always been like bread and butter for me. I just love fashion and like music and graphic design, and I screen print and tailor and do all like the fun stuff that you need to do for like the clothing industry. But now like it's really cool because I can do that kind of on a corporate level now. So I kind of have like creative control over like creating and like merchandising all of our brands, which I feel like in the grand scheme of things is what I've always wanted to do and just didn't know it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really psyched to be in the position I'm in and happy to be talking to you guys too.
I think about that with my role too all the time. I'm like, I didn't know this was the job that I wanted, but I knew that I wanted to like do the things that I'm doing. But like there wasn't a job that existed, so I didn't like have a name for it or like a path to follow. But you know, I just like knew this is what I wanted to do.
Well, like that's the universe. Like no matter what you believe in, like whether it's I'm not going to get like super into it because I don't want like people thinking I'm opinionated or anything. But like whether it's like God or the universe, just in general, like there is just like believe and put positive energy out there, and like you're going to fall into your place, like there without a doubt. Like the more you fight it and like try to become something you're not, or like insist on being this thing, like you could say you want to be a lawyer and then a year later end up working like owning a coffee shop and being like, oh, this is way cooler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just don't fight anything and you'll end up in the right place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have kind of been with Theraplant, like, kind of from, like, day one, it sounds like. So, day two.
Day two. Yeah, we'll call it day two.
I say I've been in the cannabis industry since day two.
I'll take it. Yeah.
But yeah, how has that transition been since it was just medical and now it's like adult use and you have all these other brands coming out? Like, how has that changed things for you guys?
Well, we've started like gearing our focus more towards like, all right, so with competition coming into any scenario of any style of business, what is like the number one thing you can do? You focus on quality, because no matter what, a customer is going to lean towards the product that is of a good quality over just like something quantitative all day, every day. So with going into adult use, we started changing a lot of our processes over to become like more of the product that like we're all super proud of. Like as smokers, as just people of the industry, like we're aware at this point of like what is good cannabis and what is bad. So over the last couple of years, we've been focused heavy on that, moved over to like, you know, quality, hang drying. We actually moved away. I mean, to the listeners that know, we stopped remediating completely. And that was like a huge step for us. So to those who don't know, like the remediation process for like kind of cleaning up cannabis flower is like you either like pump it full of like O3 or like full, like straight up radiation and like microwaves and stuff, just to be able to like clean off any sort of like, you know, bacteria, mold, anything like airborne that is potentially on your flower. And it actually kills a lot of the beneficial factors of the plant. Like you're bringing the modern world to something that is very natural and deserves to be treated that way. So you lose a lot of like the THC and terpenes throughout that process. So we don't do that at all. So that's like a huge step for us. And we've noticed like a huge difference in the quality of our flower. Like we got very like, you like just pick something up. Like honestly, pick up something from All Hours or pick up something from Theraplant at this point, and you'll notice that like our buds are very colorful, trichomes are glistening, the nose is there, like everything that you would want in cannabis. We really are like gearing up, and like it's not to say we're perfect, you know what I mean? Like of course there's always going to be strains that are like not the best, like, and that just comes down to like the plant that you're growing. Like it doesn't come down to like your processes or anything like that. Like you can take the best care of something and then it's just not in the genetics for it to look good. And then just like stuff like that is worth like extracting. But I would say just with adult use coming online, and I'm hoping, I hope that kind of answered your question. We just wanted to move into like making sure that we are doing the best things we possibly can do towards making like the best products. And then, of course, developing new brands along the way.
Yeah. That's because you guys have been there since the beginning. Like, you're one of the originals, right?
Yeah, I think we were the first.
In the state?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, don't like Joe Rogan look it up, but like, you know what I mean? But like, I'm pretty sure we were the first in Connecticut.
That's
in
really
2014.
cool.
Yeah.
That is
so
really
coming up
cool.
on over 10 years.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So now, today, these days, what do you think like some of your top products are?
Oh, well, we introduced all hours late last year, and when it comes to flower, I would definitely say that all of the all hour strains are some of the best, like, you'll see not only like out of our facility but across the Connecticut market. We hand pack them, so it's not like it's like going through a machine or anything. It's all like visually QC'd. Like, we have people sitting there like packing eighths and like no more than this number of nugs in there, and you know, it doesn't hit an all hours jar unless it's got this bag appeal and this size bud and it's talking these terpenes. Like, we're really focused on high potency and high terps in our products. And then on the Theraplant side of things, like, our vapes are killer. Like, we're always like raising the bar in that category of things. I mean, our mini tanks, I feel like we introduced and quickly became like the most popular vape across the Connecticut market. They're just super convenient. Like, they're the tiniest little vape and they pack like a serious punch. And I mean, it's got all the tech in it too. So it's got clog resistance. It's fully rechargeable. Visual oil tank. I don't know. That's like a staple product for us. And then, I mean, honestly, our pre-rolls fly. Mm-hmm. Like, a huge selling point of those too is like we don't use any sort of trim in them, which is honestly news to me that that's a process that producers do. Is like they'll trim the flower and take the trim, which you would usually just put to extract, right? But they'll do like a percentage of flower to trim, grind it all together.
I've heard
and then
that, yeah.
You're smoking just like fan leaves.
Yeah, right.
On top of like your flower. And you wonder why there's like some pre-rolls on the market that are so low potency. Mm-hmm. It's because you're smoking plant matter that's got nothing beneficial in it.
Yep.
On top of plant matter that has beneficials in it.
Right.
But, I mean, long answer, short end, we just don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love a good Theraplant product. We talked on one of our episodes back in the day about the Pagodi tincture. Is that still on the market? Or
Yeah,
no?
Of course that's still on the market. Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't renewed my med card.
Oh, that's a hot take.
I love the Pagodi tincture.
Okay, cool. I think it's just like a really convenient product, especially for those that like maybe don't drink.
Right.
You know, they're just looking for a little relaxation while like their friends are getting all turned up, or just someone that like medically needs it.
Yeah.
Like you need it to be able to function, or it puts your muscles at ease, or you have epilepsy, like something like that. Like it stops your seizures. Like all of that is like very, very beneficial. And I'm glad that we make so many medical products, and we definitely pride ourselves on that. Like we've seen a lot of people stop making medical products, but we're not a part of that group, and we're very much ramping up production right now to make sure that we're still holding the medical community down.
Yes, that's what we like. That's what we like to hear. So yeah, I don't know what's next for All Hours and Theraplant.
Ooh, so we're dropping. I mean, by the time this comes out, they'll already be out. But we're dropping rosin vapes.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
Like, and we mean it. Like full, like bubble hash pressed rosin into vapes.
Okay.
Yes.
So talk about like a serious flavor profile.
Okay.
They're going to be good. Like very terped up. Like I'm so stoked for those. You know, not that we're licensed organic, but we all know that's 100% organic product. Like no solvents, anything like that. Turned into a vape oil. And we're going to have a similar device to the mini tank. But this one's got like a cool all hours design with like a 10-second preheat. You just double click the button.
Nice.
So you can like maximize your pull and get like the best flavor out of it.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm
That's
excited
really cool.
for that.
Yeah.
They're going to be really, really cool. And then like events and stuff. We're trying to just like have fun with the community. So,
Hell yeah.
of course, like this is happening before, but we got like a 420 party coming up for all of the bud tenders at like this bar arcade called Gamecraft. That'll be super fun.
Guys, remember
like,
Afro Man?
Should we talk about
I don't know.
I don't think we should talk about it.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, we can.
We could just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Guys, remember Afro Man?
Yeah.
I love when we get to do events together.
Oh, yeah. No, they're always so much fun, honestly. Something that's funny to me is, like, the fact that back in the day, like, when I was, like, much younger, me and my friend Mick, like, one of my best friends growing up, we were, like, the typical functioning stoners which was insane. That like thinking back on it now, I could not hang the way I used to hang.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
like we would literally like sit up in his bedroom and like rip dabs back to back.
No.
Like multiple dabs, and then like
That's
play this
crazy.
game. Like there was this game that we would play, and like if someone showed up and you didn't have wax on you, you can ask for a dab, but the person that has the wax can't show you the size of it. So it was like this big risk, and like if you showed up without wax, you'd be like, oh shit. Like,
Because would you guys
I'm gonna
give
get
each other
so
huge ones?
massive dabs.
No.
Like it was so funny to us to like be like, and I like Mick was such like a little ass when he would do it too. Like, I love that boy so much, but he'd be like, yeah, I'll give you one, but you can't see it. And then I'd be like, whatever, dude. And then he would like cover it, and like this was back before like Puffco's and things, so he'd like have his finger against the banger, just like making sure it wasn't like too hot. And then he'd be like, you're good. And then I'd start pulling on it, and you'd hear like tink, and it was like a half-gram dab, and he would just be like, but you gotta finish it. So we'd sit there and just like baby lungs, just like be coughing our brains out.
Oh my God.
That's like, yeah, that one is pretty hilarious, and that was not like a single time occurrence. That happened like a couple times a week. It's pretty rough.
Mick.
Yeah, no, Mick is the man. Shout
What
out
a
Mick.
hooligan.
Yeah. But no, like we were fully functioning, which
Yeah.
was like insane
That's
because we
crazy.
would do that, and then Mick would be like, all right, let's go to the mall. And I'd be like, dude, I'd be like, you want me to go to the mall right now? He's like, yeah, sounds like fun. And we'd just go like, and we'd go like walk into these places, and like, I'm sure you guys know what it feels like to be like stoned out in public, like especially when you're out of your mind, like
Yeah.
dabbed out.
Yeah.
Like I would be walking into places and like looking at the cashier and being like, oh, this FYE employee kind of looks like a cop right now. And then I'd like go look and like pretend to look at something, but my mind is completely elsewhere. So I'd be like, oh, like this stuff is pretty cool. And then I'd like get thirsty and have to buy a drink at the convenience
Yeah.
store. And that was like,
Nightmare.
you're going to hell. Like this is going to be bad. And I'd like get it and like shake
Everyone
walking up to
knows.
the counter and be like, just this, like eyes low, like not making eye contact, like looking away. And like the guy is definitely like, okay, like this dude is so fried right now. Like, what is he on? But I was like, just like, yeah, like how much is it? Like, what do I got to do?
Poor little Cody.
Yeah, like this is what I mean. Like I can't be super stoned out in
Yeah,
public.
that's
like
crazy.
I gotta be
I
home.
could never go to the mall after taking an old school dab. Now with the Puffcos and stuff, it's like nice, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
But like old school fat dabs, no, I'm not going in public. That's crazy.
We were taking like hot dabs and just being like, all right, let's go to the mall.
No.
No.
It was not good.
Are you a dabber now?
I've been flow with it. I
Yeah.
do like the high of concentrates a
Yeah.
lot, but
Yeah.
now I'm like a Puffco boy. Like
Yeah.
I got the Proxy and I
Yeah.
got the Peak Pro.
Okay, weird flex, but okay.
Sorry.
No, I'm just
No, I don't mean to flex on you guys, but like I got the gadgets. So, yeah. If you guys like need like a gadget here and there, like
sure.
We got
yeah,
a
I got
guy.
them. I got them. All right. But no, like I feel like, and like this is definitely like open for debate, and people might like flame me for this, but I feel like the high of taking a dab is just a lot cleaner than smoking flower. Not to say I don't like, I have so much love for the flower. Like I'm a joint boy, but
Yeah.
like when I take a dab, I feel like I just get elevated and it puts me on like this even plane of things. Like, and obviously I'm stoned, but I definitely can function more when I smoke a concentrate. And yeah, I'm not, it might just be because of the, you know, higher terp percent,
Yeah.
lower THC. Like I'm a rosin smoker. Like I pretty much, that's it. Like a crumble from time to time, but mostly rosin.
I like a crumble.
I
you
love
know,
a
add it
crumble.
to a little bowl.
Yeah, they're tasty. Crumbles
Yeah.
are super tasty.
Yeah.
But like getting like a skunky, like solventless rosin is sick. Like it's so sick.
I know that's what you like.
It's so good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Dakotah, if you want to share with the people where they can find you, where they can stay up to date with all that's happening with All Hours Theraplant, all your other fun brands,
Sure.
drop the plugs.
Yeah. Well, definitely like find our website. It's just allhourct.com. And then we have an Instagram. I believe that's also just All Hours CT. And then Theraplant. It's just Theraplant LLC across the board. If you go to our website, you can sign up for our newsletter. I mean, I send out weekly emails for both Theraplant and All Hours that just announce the products that we've coming out, which actually is turning out to be a pretty beneficial thing for customers because we've been selling out.
Awesome.
Yeah, so and you can find all of our products at all of the dispensaries in Connecticut, but specifically Finely Fettled.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And guys, you can always write into us at podcast@finelyfettled.com or follow us on Instagram at finelyfettled.pod and on X at finefettle420.
And as always, please consume responsibly.
Yes. Thank you, Dakotah.
Thank you.
This was such a treat.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Do not use cannabis if you are under the age of 21. Keep cannabis out of the reach of children. Please consume responsibly.